Bull Rush. This is RT1, over.
Roger, RT1, send it for Bull Rush, over.
Roger, in position.
You have execute authority. How copy, over.
RT1 copies all. Standing to take the shot. 1 round to the head, over.
RT1, what the hell was that? You're only supposed to shoot the dictator. There's casualties all over the place. The colonel's gonna have my ass for this.
So guys, as you saw from that opening clip, we have a new toy to play with. My friend was gracious enough to let me borrow one of his favorite ARs. This is an Aero Precision lower and upper, and we call it the Stormtrooper rifle, obviously because it's all white. People may say, why have an all-white rifle? You live in, it's green where you live. Well, it's Michigan, so it's also white half the time too. And this isn't so much like an actual fighting rifle. He built it himself. He bought pretty decent quality parts, and also it's just kind of a fun rifle. All right, not everything has to be designed around battle. Like mine, for instance, mine's built not so much for battle, but if I needed to battle with it, I could. And holy cow, let me tell you, this guy is so much lighter than that guy. So it's a pretty light barrel. That's a 223 Wild barrel as well. This is just a thick hunk and chunk of steel the whole way, and she's a very heavy rifle. Even with the can off, it's still pretty heavy. Very noticeable compared to mine. Yeah, even with the can off, she's still a big hunkin' chunkin' bitch. But the cool thing about this is that it has an FRT in it, also known as a super safety. So this model's only got 2 selections on it. You got safe, and then you've got super safe. It's very cool to simulate, fully semi-automatic. That's so dumb to say. And I'm saying that goofy because of YouTube algorithm, but you know what I'm saying. It reminds me of my days of putting it on burst. When you pull the trigger once, it's very similar to the burst feature on the M4 and M16A4. The difference, though, is I do feel like this does fire a little bit faster. I feel like whenever I fired on burst, it was a little bit slower of a process than this. Maybe that's also when the can's on. I haven't really fired it without the can on because why would you? Some sense where I would see like an FRT being used would be so a near ambush where you got to just turn and burn. All right, in a near ambush, you're probably dead already. So what you want to do is just turn towards the enemy and start unleashing everything you got and advance towards them. Try to assault through the ambush. The same thing with the vehicle. If you're ambushed in a vehicle, if you can't drive and get out of there, say they disable your vehicle, you kill the driver, then you're dead in the water, so you might as well fight until you die. So again, you're going to want something that shoots a lot faster than not so much semi-auto. And the other way would be like CQB if you're not really trying to be super precise with your shots. If you look at combat footage, especially like Ukraine and Israel and stuff like that, CQB, when it's done by conventional forces, it's quite different. You don't sit there and try to just go around into rooms and stuff. A lot of the time you're just shooting through rooms. As soon as someone pops off at you, throws a grenade out of a room, you just light that room up. You're not really worried about non-combatants being in there, because most of the time, if you're looking at Ukraine stuff, most of it is just combatants everywhere. All right. Oh, I guess what I wanted to do is kind of go through how it works if you guys aren't too familiar with it. The traditional trigger. So this is just a mil-spec trigger. All right, she's clear. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the weapon on safe. We're pulling the trigger. It's not firing. What we're going to do next is we're going to slip it. We're going to slide it into fire. We're going to pull the trigger. It fires. Simulate a round. Now you're going to hear this trigger reset. It's going to be an audible pop, audible click. Hear that click? So the trigger reset. Now when I pull again, it fires another round. Simulate another round going through. Boom. All right, so that trigger resets. And the safety on this guy is buttery. The safety on this is buttery smooth. I love the safety on my rifle. Man, that's a light rifle. Okay, so now we are going to switch over to the super safety. This guy's safety, I've worked him a lot, but he's still really stiff. So it's kind of hard to operate. It's not impossible, and I've worked it clean. I've put some grease and everything in it. Oh, CLP. Weapon's on safe. We attempt to fire. Nothing's happening. We're going to switch it to fire. And now when we pull the trigger, you probably won't notice it because it's hard to see. Maybe I'll zoom in on it. But I have the trigger pulled back right now. We're going to simulate a round going through. You're going to see my finger move slightly up. My finger moves slightly up. Now when I slide this back down, it fires again. And that's because it's resetting the trigger. So on a fully automatic weapon, fully automatic machine gun, it's pull, you hold back, and the trigger does not move. It just keeps going. The reason this is not a fully automatic is because every time I cycle around, the trigger does move forward. You can see my finger moving forward ever so slightly. All right. Yeah, pretty sweet. Never really messed around with one before, but we're gonna have some fun with it today. So thank you guys for watching. Let's get to shooting. Yeah, but man, she's a big, heavy bitch. All right, first things first. Let's confirm our 0. Holy shit! Is it that far off? Oh my god, it is miserable. It's so far off. It's not even funny. I only took a video of me taking one shot because it turned out it was way off, but we were able to get her dialed in. But anyway, so we were able to get boom, 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 boom. Well, not that guy. I'll get to him in a minute. But we were able to get boom, boom, boom. We were adjusting here, going up and down, trying to get it dialed in there. I got that guy pretty close. I made a couple adjustments again, and I aimed at this corner, and I hit just off that corner. And that was probably me swaying and moving. So I'm just going to call it good enough because we're shooting from like 7, maybe 10 yards today. So nothing too crazy. And I've got some blue painter's tape I'm going to use to pasty this guy up. We're going to pasty him up, and then we're going to roll into a bill drill. So now I'm about 7-ish yards away. So now we're going to try and conduct a bill drill using our super safety. Beep. All right, let's go check out our hits. What I did notice already is my first group is boom, boom, boom. But what I did notice, like my second group, I did shoot higher, but I stacked those 3 rounds like really close to each other. So, you know, I pop, 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 walked up, boom. All right. So I'm not sure how that worked out, but that guy is pretty dope. Let's see if we can do that again. So on this one, I'm going to pasty this up, and we're going to aim center mass here, not going for speed or anything. And we're going to pull the trigger 3 times, and we're going to see what the group looks like. All right, so again, super slow. We're just focusing on recoil control. We're going to see how close we can stack these. Oof, I felt that walk up. So we did that on the first one. On the second target now, we'll do the same thing. See if we can do it a little bit better. Man, I'm kind of seeing the same thing. Let's go check it out. So we got one hit there, one hit there, one hit there. It looks like it's rising up and to the right. Those 2 would be sweet. CQB, or you're just trying to drop someone real quick. Pop, pop, pop. That's not too terrible. Right here, it looks like I missed completely on the 3rd round. Boom, boom. And I am assuming my other round went probably somewhere up here because it was rising that way. Definitely don't think that was one. Nope. So boom, boom. All right, so let's get these pasted up and let's run a quick drill with them, see what we could do. Like, let's do a failure to stop and see if we can get all 3 in the chest, and then see if we can get all 3 in the head. Let's see how that works out. Beep. Our 3 to the body, we got one there, and I'm assuming that's our 3rd one to the body there. And then for our head, boom, boom. Now, I did transition very slow from down here to up here. That LPVO is pretty difficult, and also I suck, so that's a factor into it too. But hey, boom, 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 boom. So guy is super dead. Definitely not as good if we would have had semi-automatic fire, but at the same time, still very lethal. All right, especially if you train on it. If you train on it, you're going to be good with it no matter what. All right, for this next one, let's do 3 to the chest, 3 to the chest. Let's see how that goes. Beep. Well, that got a little squirrely on that one, but hey, shit ain't gonna work it perfect every time, so you just gotta work through it, all right? Train through it. Hit way low down there, boom, boom. So I guess it paid off for those 2, but that first one was really low. And then let's check out, I transition over to this other target, and that's where I incurred the malfunction. And those 2 pretty sweet, boom, boom. I'm not sure if on this target it fired 2, or like what exactly happened with the malfunction. I'll have to play it back and watch. Instead of trying to figure it out in the moment, I was like, fuck it, let's just fight through it and get it done. But guy's pretty dead, kind of. Slowly, we'll slowly die, but not fun, not fun. One thing I'm kind of interested in is I'd really like Grand Thumb or DJ Shipley or any, maybe, I don't know, any of the other gun tubers out there, or like especially with military background, what their thoughts are on, instead of aiming center mass, because it seems like every threat we're going to come across now, if you aim center mass, you're going to be hitting some sort of plate, which still sucks to get shot in the plate. Like, I haven't experienced it, but I've talked to people that have experienced it and, you know, seen videos on it. It still sucks, knocks the wind out of you, crack ribs, you know, bruise you up pretty bad, knock the wind out of you, knock you down on the ground. But I'm wondering if maybe, like in the Marines, we did, you could do 2 to the chest on a failure to stop. One was on beak. You could do 2 to the chest and then 1 to the head. But what we also did is 2 in the pelvis, 1 in the head. So I'm wondering if maybe that might be a better option to train with, is because, like, unless you're going against a, you know, a ragtag civilian population who's not wearing armor or anything, that the 2 to the chest is going to be kind of, it's going to suck, but it's going to be kind of pointless in the long run. But if you hit someone in the lower pelvic region, hit them in their guts, like, they're going to be hurting and out of the fight a lot more than if you hit them in the plate. So it'd be interesting. Hopefully they cover that sometime. So on this next one, we're going to do a movement drill. We're going to engage 1 target here, 3 rounds. And, oh, you know what? Let's make it cooler. So we're going to engage the left target, the right target. Then we're going to run over to those other targets over yonder. And then we're going to engage left target, right target. So let's see how we do. Let's just aim. We'll stay center mass the whole time. Oh, man, she's getting dirty. Okay, why not? Let's throw a spin into it. That was sloppy. I don't even think when I pulled that trigger, I should have waited just a half a second more. I was off balance, and I think I went way left on that target over there. But let's go check out her hits. All right, so on this first target, looks like a full day of suck for this guy. Boom, boom, boom. He's not going to be happy, and those also are happening super fast. Like, if this one hit him first, he might, like, flinch or twitch, so this one's going to hit him. But when you're firing it that fast, he's going to get zipped up, so he's not going to be happy. All right, let's check out this other target. Same group, second target. Boom, boom, boom. Getting a little better on the control on those 2. Not really hitting the vitals too much, but still going to suck. So let's go on to the next guys. All right, so on these next guys, this first target, like I said, I definitely shot way left on this first target. The second target, not too sure about, but definitely way left on the first one. Oh, hey, not as bad as I thought. Looks like the first round probably hit way down here. Second round got him there. Third round got him there. So, terrible. I mean, terrible, but hey, we hit the target. I thought I shot way over here. All right, and then this next guy, I felt a little bit better on this one. Zipped him up, boom, boom, boom. So it looks like the second and third rounds are a little bit more controllable. That first one recoils a lot, and then I think maybe by 2 and 3, I'm getting a little bit tighter grip on it. Or maybe by the third one, I'm getting a tighter grip on it. Get a tighter grip on it. But let's run it again and see how it goes. I'm starting myself to notice a trend on these targets, and I wonder if you guys can point out what it is. All right, you want to know what it is? It's that I suck. Hey, those are my Oreos. This is the last one before the finale, all right? So what do we got here? Got 1 hit there, hit there, hit there. See, it seems like that second and third round are typically closer. I wonder what's causing that. Someone smarter than me could probably definitely point that out. All right, so that is our first target. This is our next one. Boom, we got a guy there, there, and there. So those second and third ones a little bit further apart, but as you notice, it's definitely trending up and to the right. Our next target here, we got 1 there, we got 1 there, and I'm assuming the other one walked off the target over there, or I started down here and missed. But guessing by these 2, I probably shot over there somewhere. All right. And then this target, again, second and third one stacked right there. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So we noticed a trend. We had some fun. Let's have just one last little bit of fun. All right. I know this is what I've been waiting for this a while. I haven't done this in probably, man, when did I get up? 2017. So I probably haven't done this in close to 9 years. Let's give it a rip. Time to feed her. All right. Fresh mag. Ow. This is gonna be rounds. There's already 1 round in here. We got the mag. So let's oh, I almost forgot to pasty the target. It's time to let her eat. Wonder what that was all about. Let's try it again. I think she's getting dirty. Well, that sucked. Let's do that again. Oh, let's let her eat. Did I forget, or is that a bug? Ah, it's a bug. You could fly. There she is. That was a little chaotic. It wasn't as, straight hold down the trigger like you're kind of thinking and it's going to auto reset. That didn't work at all. You actually had to manipulate it. Yeah, she's sufficiently warm now. There's all kinds of goo coming out of her. Ooh, the suppressor's smoking. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty. So I counted off screen because I didn't want to get embarrassed. A Marine trying to count is pretty hilarious. So I did count 27, 28. I'm not going to count again. I counted and then I forgot. But we started way down here and we walked her all up. We've got a bunch of rounds up in here. So it turns out we really like that right shoulder. It was decently hard to control, but it was a lot of fun. All right, let's do our after actions. And if you guys really want to help support me and help my channel grow, like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to take it a step further, I'm selling these keychains in the link below to my Etsy. It's made with brass that I fire when I'll make these videos. And it's just a cool little keychain. It's $5 for the keychain, and then shipping and handling is, if you're CONUS, it's another $5. All right, so for $10, you can send $5 to me and help support me and my channel's growth. I'm not looking to do this thing full time. I'm just looking to scrap up enough money with this to buy cool attachments, to equip my gear out with Amazon gear. With Amazon gear. Fucking box, man. Amazon gear, and get more accessories for the rifle, pay for ammo and stuff, because ammo is expensive, which I'm sure you guys all know everything about. So if you guys can pick one of these up, I would appreciate it very much. Thank you. I fucking lost it again. In conclusion, suppressors, hell yeah. Super safeties, hell yeah. A lot of fun. I wouldn't put it in my battle rifle, but if you have a fun rifle, I would definitely highly recommend it for a fun rifle. It's your Second Amendment right. Definitely go out and get one if you have the extra cash, and if you have a toy rifle that you want to put it in, like just a range rifle, something. Fucking moped, really. Ciao, brah. Another fucking rednecks and their loud trucks and mopeds, man. I think the reason I wouldn't put it in, say, like a battle or a combat bugs, that I wouldn't put it in like a combat rifle or anything like that is because of, I haven't experienced too many malfunctions on my AR-15. His AR-15, I never really shot it when it had the standard mil-spec trigger in it. I think he had a Geisley in it before. I only shot a couple rounds through it, never, put sustained fire, especially it didn't have a suppressor on it then, so it wasn't even getting that dirty. So not too much experience with that, but the couple malfunctions I did have on just say like 60, 80 rounds did give me some concern as to if I would want that. It's like, yeah, you're getting more rounds on target faster, but at the same time, you could endure malfunctions when you really need it most. Like when you really need it to work, you could have a malfunction. And so that kind of turns me off in that sense. But maybe it's just that one. Maybe there's better ones out there. This one is only a dual selector, so you got safe and then you got super safe. And on other ones, you've got safe, semi, and then super safe. So that's my recommendation on that. And I guess like one of the last things I want to talk about is the targets that I make. So this is my standard, all right? And I just cut this out. I literally just made this from memory. I didn't measure really anything. So I didn't make it like super wide and everything because I'm really not trying to hit that. The main thing I'm trying to take is here. I cut this out so that way easily I could just put this over a piece of cardboard because cardboard is readily available where I'm at. And even if you don't work at a place that has cardboard, I'm sure you could go to Walmart, talk to someone there, just be super nice and polite and be like, hey, do you guys have any boxes that you guys are getting rid of? And that way you could just open the boxes out, flatten them out, and then create a standard something similar like this. And then like the vitals are cut out and the T-box and the head is cut out. So that way I can just lay it over a piece of cardboard, trace it out, use a razor knife, pair of scissors, cut it out. I use a razor knife. That way you can cut it out, and then that way you have a standard, and you just use this on every single one. Blop, 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 and you can cut them all out. And you can make ones like this. Like this guy, you got to be creative with it. Just with a little bit of duct tape, this guy has an opening right here, so he kind of flops all around. just throw a little duct tape around them, and now I've got a big sheet. And even if you have smaller boxes, you can tape them together and make this. It doesn't have to be super sophisticated. I'm just not going to pay $1 or $5 a Target. Broke ass gonna broke ass. Oh, that mosquito got me right in the fucking neck. So you can make cheap little targets like this, because you're spending all your money on ammo for training. But yeah, guys, that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got to see maybe a Super Safety operate a little bit different than other people's videos. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. One round to the head, over. Well, that was gay. I guess that was a good rehearsal, though, eh?